ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something simple but powerful. What if 21 days from now, you could be a better version of yourself? Not by making huge sacrifices, but by making small, consistent changes. We live in a world obsessed with overnight success and dramatic transformation. But true, lasting change often comes not from grand gestures, but from small habits repeated daily. We often believe that to change our lives, we need to take massive action, quit our jobs, start over, make bold resolutions, or wait for the perfect moment. But the truth is, real, lasting transformation rarely comes from one big leap. More often, it comes from small, consistent steps taken day after day. These changes may seem insignificant at first, almost too simple to matter, but over time, they build momentum, reshape our habits, and completely transform our reality. Think about how rivers carve through stone, not in a day, but over years of steady flow. That's the power of small habits. They may be easy to dismiss because they don't produce immediate fireworks, but that's exactly why they're powerful. They're doable, sustainable. They bypass the overwhelm that often comes with trying to change everything at once. When you commit to a small habit, you're not just performing an action. You're casting a vote for the kind of person you want to become. For example, when you choose to read just 10 pages of a book each day, you're not just reading, you're affirming to yourself that you are a learner, someone who values growth. When you drink more water or walk for 15 minutes, you're not just taking care of your health, you're reinforcing the belief that your body matters and that you're worth taking care of. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to change their lives is underestimating the power of small, daily disciplines. We tend to look for dramatic breakthroughs, hoping that one event will change everything. But life doesn't usually work that way. A single workout won't make you fit, just as skipping a single one won't make you unhealthy. It's what you do consistently that counts. The beauty of small habits is that they lower the barrier to entry. They're not intimidating. You don't need to overhaul your entire schedule. You just need to start. And once you start, the habit builds momentum. One small win leads to another. This creates a positive feedback loop where action leads to motivation, which leads to more action. Over time, these habits stack on top of each other. They compound, much like interest in a bank account. The gains may not be visible at first, but they're happening beneath the surface. One day, seemingly out of nowhere, you wake up with more energy, more clarity, more confidence. But it didn't happen overnight. It happened because you made a small decision and stuck with it. Another powerful aspect of small changes is that they build trust with yourself. Every time you follow through on a small commitment, you prove to yourself that you are reliable, that your word matters, and that inner trust is a foundation for bigger changes. You begin to believe in your ability to shape your life, not because you made one giant leap, but because you followed through again and again on the little things. So the next time you're tempted to wait for the perfect moment or to make an all or nothing commitment, take a step back. Ask yourself, what small action can I take today that moves me just 1% closer to the life I want? Start there. Keep going. Because in the end, it's not the big things we do once in a while that shape our destiny. It's the small things we do every day. And those small changes, given time and consistency, can produce results far bigger than we ever imagined. How you start your day often determines how the rest of it unfolds. The first few minutes after you wake up set the tone for your mindset, energy, and focus. Too often we begin our mornings in a rush, reaching for our phones, scrolling through emails or social media, and diving straight into the chaos. When this becomes a habit, we unintentionally give our attention away before we've even had a chance to center ourselves. But what if you took just 5 quiet minutes each morning to start your day with intention? That small act could change everything. Starting your day with intention is about being deliberate. It's about pausing before the demands of the world take over to ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? What kind of person do I want to be? What deserves my focus? When you take a few minutes to reflect, breathe, and center yourself, you reclaim control over your day. You stop reacting and start leading. You don't need a complex routine. This isn't about waking up at 5 a.m. doing yoga for an hour or journaling for 30 minutes, unless you want to. Even 5 minutes of quiet intention setting can be powerful. It could be as simple as sitting in stillness with your coffee, taking a few deep breaths, and thinking of 3 things you're grateful for. Or it could mean writing down one goal for the day, or mentally rehearsing a challenge you know is coming so you can approach it with confidence instead of stress. This daily habit doesn't just change how your morning feels, it changes how you show up. When you start the day grounded, you're more present. You make better decisions. You become less reactive and more proactive. You begin to respond thoughtfully rather than emotionally to the inevitable stresses of life. Intentional mornings help you build emotional resilience. When you start with a clear purpose, it becomes easier to stay focused when distractions come. You're less likely to be thrown off course by other people's demands or minor setbacks. Instead of being pulled in every direction, you navigate your day with a sense of clarity and calm. This small habit also reinforces a sense of self-leadership. Every time you make time to set an intention, you're reminding yourself that your life is your own. You're choosing how to show up instead of leaving it to chance. And that choice, repeated daily, strengthens your confidence and self-awareness over time. Additionally, starting your day with intention is one of the most accessible and empowering acts of self-care. You don't need anything external to do it. No app, no equipment, no expense. All you need is a willingness to pause and connect with yourself. In a world that constantly demands your attention, that pause is a radical act of clarity. The best part is, this habit naturally builds on itself. When you start your morning with intention, it becomes easier to build other good habits. You may find that you're more consistent with your exercise, more patient with your loved ones, or more focused at work. That's because you've already taken the time to remind yourself what matters. You've entered your day with purpose. If you've never tried this before, start tomorrow. Set your alarm 5 minutes earlier. Sit quietly, breathe. Ask yourself what kind of day you want to create. Then go live it one mindful step at a time. Starting your day with intention is not about perfection. It's about presence. And when you begin each morning with even a moment of clarity, you create the foundation for a day, and eventually a life, of greater meaning, purpose, and peace. We often overlook the simplest solutions to our biggest problems: fatigue, lack of focus, headaches, low mood. Many of these can be traced back to something as basic as dehydration. Water is essential to every function in the human body, from cellular repair to brain activity, yet most people go through their day drinking far less than they actually need. Hydration doesn't just keep you alive, it helps you thrive. When you commit to drinking more water daily, you unlock more energy, more mental clarity, and a stronger connection between your body and mind. Your body is made up of about 60% water, and your brain even more. That means every thought, decision, and movement you make relies on proper hydration. When you're even mildly dehydrated, your energy dips. You start to feel sluggish, your concentration drifts, and your mood can shift without warning. Many people mistake this for tiredness or stress and reach for caffeine or sugar, which provides only a temporary fix. But what the body often needs is simply more water. Starting your day with a glass of water can have a powerful impact. Overnight, your body naturally becomes dehydrated. By drinking water first thing in the morning, you jumpstart your metabolism, help flush out toxins, and rehydrate your brain and muscles. This small habit can make you feel more awake, alert, and refreshed, without needing a cup of coffee as a crutch. Staying hydrated throughout the day helps your brain function at its best. Studies show that even mild dehydration can impair short-term memory, attention span, and decision-making. When you're well hydrated, you think more clearly, process information more quickly, and remain calm under pressure. It's a silent performance enhancer. No supplements, no stimulants, just pure water. Hydration also plays a key role in regulating mood. When you're dehydrated, your stress hormone levels increase, which can make you feel anxious, irritated, or emotionally drained. By drinking enough water, you help stabilize your mood and stay more emotionally balanced. This can lead to better relationships, more productive conversations, and a greater sense of personal control throughout your day. Your physical energy is also closely tied to how well hydrated you are. Water helps transport nutrients and oxygen to your cells, which keeps your muscles energized and your body functioning properly. Whether you're exercising or simply walking from place to place, staying hydrated helps reduce fatigue and muscle cramps. It even supports healthy digestion, joint lubrication, and immune function. If drinking more water seems like a chore, start small. Replace one sugary drink a day with water. Carry a reusable water bottle with you. Set a reminder every couple of hours if you need to. Flavor your water with lemon, cucumber, or mint if plain water doesn't excite you. These little adjustments make it easier to stay consistent and build the habit over time. The benefits will show up quickly. Within a few days of proper hydration, many people notice improved skin clarity, fewer headaches, and better sleep. Over time, it becomes part of your routine. Not just something you do, but a way of taking care of yourself on the most fundamental level. It's easy to underestimate the power of hydration because it feels so simple, but that's exactly the point. You don't need drastic changes to feel better. Sometimes all it takes is drinking more water. It's an effortless way to support your mind, body, and overall well-being. In a world full of complex problems, hydration is a refreshingly simple solution. Drink more water. Feel more alive. Think more clearly. It's one small habit that can make a remarkable difference, starting today. In a fast-paced world filled with distractions, endless scrolling, and constant noise, the simple act of reading often gets pushed aside. We convince ourselves that we don't have time, that we're too busy, or that reading is a luxury we can't afford. But what if just 10 pages a day could change your life? It may not sound like much, but this small, consistent habit has the power to transform your mindset, expand your knowledge, and open up new ways of thinking. One page at a time. 10 pages a day might only take 15 to 20 minutes, but over time, it adds up in a big way. In just a month, you can finish a 300-page book. In a year, that's 12 books on personal growth, leadership, relationships, creativity, health, or any topic that matters to you. Imagine the wisdom you could absorb, the ideas you could explore, and the growth you could experience simply by committing to this tiny daily habit. Reading isn't just about collecting information. It's about changing the way you see the world. A great book doesn't just inform you, it transforms you. It challenges your assumptions, strengthens your thinking, and broadens your perspective. When you read even a few pages a day, you're feeding your mind something valuable, something more meaningful than a social media post or a random headline. You're choosing intentional input over mindless consumption. This small habit also builds focus and discipline. In an age where attention is fragmented, setting aside even a few minutes to read requires you to slow down and engage deeply. It's a form of mental training. The more you do it, the easier it becomes to concentrate, absorb, and reflect. You're teaching yourself to stay present with a single task, and that skill carries over into every area of your life. Reading 10 pages a day is also an act of self-respect. It's time you carve out not for work, not for others, but for yourself. It's a space where you can grow quietly, without pressure, without performance. You don't have to post it online or prove it to anyone. The benefits show up internally through clearer thoughts, better decisions, and a deeper sense of self-awareness. The kind of books you read matters too. Choose books that inspire you, teach you something, or challenge you to grow. Whether it's nonfiction that helps you build better habits, biographies that tell the story of great leaders, or fiction that awakens your imagination and empathy, each page adds something valuable to your inner world. Over time, you begin to carry these lessons with you into your conversations, your work, and your personal challenges. The best part? This habit is easy to start. You don't need a fancy routine or extra time. Keep a book by your bed, in your bag, or on your desk. Read while you drink your morning coffee or before going to sleep. 10 pages is small enough to be sustainable, yet powerful enough to create meaningful change. And once you get into the rhythm, you may find yourself naturally reading more because it feels good, because it gives you something real, something lasting. People often wait for the right time to start learning or growing, but the truth is, transformation rarely happens in one big moment. It happens in the quiet commitment to small actions, like reading a few pages every day. Over weeks and months, your thinking sharpens, your vocabulary grows, your understanding deepens, and your confidence strengthens. Reading 10 pages a day may seem insignificant, but it's a gateway to lifelong learning, personal development, and quiet power. It's one of the smallest habits you can build and one of the most life-changing. In a world where our lives are increasingly sedentary, moving your body has become more essential than ever. With long hours spent sitting at desks, staring at screens, or commuting in cars, physical movement often takes a backseat to convenience and routine. But here's the truth. Your body was made to move. You don't need an intense gym session or a perfectly structured workout plan. Just 15 minutes of daily movement can dramatically improve how you feel, think, and function. It's a small commitment with a massive payoff. The beauty of moving your body for 15 minutes a day lies in its simplicity and accessibility. Anyone can do it, regardless of age, fitness level, or schedule. You don't need expensive equipment, a gym membership, or even a lot of space. You can walk around your neighborhood, stretch in your living room, dance to your favorite song, or follow a short yoga video. What matters isn't how you move, it's that you move. Consistent, intentional movement builds momentum and slowly turns into a habit that supports your overall well-being. Physical movement is directly linked to mental clarity. When you move, your body releases endorphins, chemicals that naturally elevate your mood and reduce stress. Even a short walk can clear your head, reset your focus, and help you feel more present. Many people find that their best ideas come when they're in motion, not when they're staring at a screen. That's because movement increases blood flow to the brain, enhances creativity, and helps you process emotions more effectively. Committing to just 15 minutes of movement daily also improves your energy levels. Ironically, when you're feeling tired or sluggish, light exercise is one of the best remedies. It boosts circulation, wakes up your muscles, and gives you a burst of vitality that caffeine can't match. And the more you make movement part of your daily life, the more natural it feels. Instead of something you have to do, it becomes something your body craves. Physical movement isn't just about fitness, it's about self-respect. When you move your body, you're taking ownership of your health and signaling to yourself that you matter. You're choosing to care for your body, not punish it. This shift in mindset, seeing movement as a gift rather than a chore, can transform your relationship with exercise. It's not about looking a certain way, it's about feeling a certain way. Strong, alive, capable. In just 15 minutes a day, you can improve your posture, ease stiffness, reduce back pain, and prevent long-term health issues. It's especially powerful when done consistently. Think of it as a daily reset, a chance to reconnect with your body, release tension, and return to the present moment. It can also serve as a powerful mental break during a stressful day, allowing you to return to your tasks with more focus and calm. The hardest part is often starting, but once you begin, the mental and physical benefits create a feedback loop that keeps you going. You start to notice the difference. Better sleep, lighter mood, more confidence, and when you move with intention, you're not just changing your body, you're changing your mindset. You become more disciplined, more resilient, and more in tune with what your body needs. 15 minutes may seem like a small slice of your day, but it holds immense power. It's not about the intensity, it's about the consistency. Over time, those minutes add up to hours, and those hours lead to real change. So whether it's a walk, a stretch, a dance, or a few deep squats between tasks, give yourself the gift of movement. Not to burn calories, but to spark energy, build strength, and feel more alive every single day. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to overlook the progress we're making. We tend to focus on what's still left to do, what went wrong, or how far we are from where we want to be. But in doing so, we often ignore the small victories that are happening every single day. Celebrating one daily win, no matter how minor it may seem, can be a powerful habit that shifts your mindset, builds your confidence, and helps you stay motivated over time. We're conditioned to chase big milestones, promotions, goal weight, graduation, success, but those don't happen every day. What does happen every day are the small steps that lead to them. Waking up on time, choosing a healthy meal, finishing a task you've been putting off, or simply showing up when you didn't feel like it. These are wins. And when you start to recognize and celebrate them, you reinforce a sense of progress. You start to believe in your ability to grow and achieve more because you're actively acknowledging the movement forward. This habit is not about pretending everything is perfect or ignoring challenges. It's about giving equal attention to what's working. Our brains naturally focus on problems. It's a survival mechanism. But this can create a bias toward negativity where we remember failures more vividly than successes. Celebrating a daily win helps counterbalance this. It rewires your brain to notice the good, and over time, that repeated practice builds a more positive, resilient mindset. One of the most powerful things about celebrating a daily win is how simple it is. At the end of your day, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what did I do well today? What am I proud of? What moved me forward, even just a little? Then acknowledge it, write it down in a journal, speak it aloud, or reflect on it quietly. It could be something personal, like staying calm in a stressful moment, or something practical, like cleaning your workspace or sending an important email. The size of the win doesn't matter. The act of noticing it does. This daily habit builds self-trust. Each time you recognize a win, you remind yourself that you are capable, consistent, and committed. Over time, you'll begin to see patterns in your progress. You'll realize that success isn't about one big moment. It's about the little choices you make every day. And when challenges come, you'll have a deeper well of confidence to draw from because you've already been celebrating your ability to overcome and move forward. Daily wins also create emotional momentum. Think of motivation like a muscle. It needs to be used and reinforced. By celebrating even the smallest victories, you generate positive energy that fuels your next action. You begin to feel good about the process, not just the outcome. This leads to more consistency, better effort, and more joy in the journey itself. When you make celebrating one win a daily practice, it becomes a habit of gratitude too. You're not just recognizing your achievements, you're appreciating the effort, the learning, the growth. You're reminding yourself that progress matters more than perfection. This shift can help reduce burnout, quiet your inner critic, and create a deeper sense of satisfaction with your life. Exactly as it is, no progress is too small to be honored. One step forward is still a step in the right direction. And when you learn to see and celebrate your daily wins, you no longer wait to feel proud. You create pride, day by day, choice by choice. It's a quiet, steady way of saying, I showed up. I did something that mattered. And that's worth celebrating. We live in a hyper-connected world where our phones are rarely out of reach. Notifications interrupt our thoughts, and digital noise fills nearly every quiet space. While technology offers incredible convenience, constant connection comes at a cost. Our attention is scattered, our relationships strained, and our sense of inner peace often feels distant. That's why learning to disconnect, even for a short time each day, is not about escaping the world. It's about reconnecting with what truly matters: our thoughts, our values, and the people right in front of us. When you disconnect from your devices, you create space. Not just physical space, but mental and emotional space. You allow your mind to breathe without interruption. You begin to hear your own thoughts again, unfiltered by the opinions and noise of the internet. That space is where clarity lives, where ideas form, where creativity wakes up, and where you can check in with yourself without comparison or distraction. Constant connection keeps us in a reactive state. We jump from one message to the next, one app to another, often without realizing how much energy we're giving away. This digital overload can leave us feeling drained, even when we haven't done anything physically exhausting. By intentionally disconnecting, whether for 15 minutes or an entire evening, you break that cycle. You give your nervous system a chance to reset. You slow down, which helps you move through life with more intention and less urgency. This simple act of unplugging also deepens relationships. When we put away our phones, we make room for real connection with our families, our partners, our friends. Eye contact, conversation, shared silence. These moments are richer and more meaningful when we're fully present. People notice when you're truly there with them. It sends a powerful message. You matter more than whatever is on my screen. Disconnecting also reconnects you with yourself. When you're not filling every quiet moment with scrolling, you start to notice how you're really feeling. Are you tired, anxious, inspired, excited? You can't process emotions or listen to your intuition if your brain is always busy reacting. Stillness creates self-awareness. It gives you insight into your needs, your goals, and the direction you want your life to go. Without that pause, it's easy to drift off course without realizing it. You don't need to disappear into the woods or throw away your phone to benefit from this. Start small, set boundaries. Maybe it's putting your phone away during meals, turning off notifications for an hour, or having one screen-free evening each week. Maybe it's simply taking a walk without earbuds, letting yourself be fully in the moment, observing your surroundings, letting your mind wander without input. These small breaks from technology can be surprisingly powerful. They reduce stress, improve sleep, and boost your ability to concentrate. They remind you that you are not just a consumer of content, but a creator of your life. When you step away from the noise, you return with more focus, more peace, and more presence. Disconnecting doesn't mean rejection of technology. It means redefining your relationship with it. It means using it as a tool, not a tether. It's about finding balance so you can be in control of your time and attention rather than letting your devices dictate how you live. In the quiet moments away from screens, we find what truly nourishes us: meaningful connection, clarity of purpose, a calmer mind, and a fuller heart. Disconnecting is not withdrawal, it's realignment. And in those moments of disconnection, we often discover what we've been missing all along. We come back to ourselves. We come back to